Hey baby beeves, long time no see. It's Jay here and it is Thursday, Wednesday, I'm not sure, I can't think right now. But anyway, this week's topic is, do you think it's right to boycott businesses based on their political affiliations? And do you think it helps or hinders the progress of the marriage equality campaign? Now, I'm with Liam on this one. I think that businesses that support campaigns like that it's totally wrong, because often it's just coming from a head figure who obviously has conservative views, and then he or she is going, okay, we're going to put set amount of funds into this campaign. Like in Australia, the reason I think Laura suggested this topic was because of Gloria Jean's Coffee, and they supported the Australian Christian lobby, and they do all these kinds of weird stuff, really strange, like group things like camps, and they'd like send people who are gay over there, and it'll be like they'd be converted. So pretty weird stuff that they're supporting, and not really, I don't think, right for any human being to have to go through that. So it's all pretty weird. But as I was saying, you know, it's one figure of a company usually that has control over where this certain amount of money is going towards, and often it's not publicly known that they actually are supporting that. Like Gloria Jean's, when people actually started realizing that that's what was going on, it's only because there was like this Facebook campaign, Get Up. And so people were aware of it, but then as soon as it became public knowledge, they stopped supporting the ACL and certain groups that were doing these camps. So I think that you're going to bring something out in public and then, you know, air out pretty much something that isn't really a common view, like let's not support, like I understand that same-sex marriage isn't exactly, you know, a common view that it should be legalized. However, most people would agree that sending someone to a camp to make them straight is really wrong and not okay at all whatsoever. So with that becoming not, like, you know, common knowledge, they stopped supporting that. So in terms of not eating at certain places, it definitely helps. However, the more that you do eat there, or the more that not the more that you eat at a certain place, because it's not just, you know, food companies, but it's like, if something is really, really well known, then it's going to stop. And I'm sorry, I'm not being very coherent today. I'm a little bit tired, as you can probably tell. But anyway, I don't really think that marriage equality really fits in with this topic, because it's generally anti-LGBTQ, just in general, not specifically marriage. So I do think that general like homophobia and, you know, transphobia and everything that fits in with people discriminating against anyone who fits under the LGBTQ, you know, umbrella, is that the more it's known, then the more people are going to agree that it's wrong. And I don't know if that makes sense. I'm hoping it makes sense, that, you know, brain to mouth is all coming out right. But I personally wouldn't stop eating something or doing something because they're supporting a group. Like when, for example, Gloria Jean's, I used to drink there all the time. I'd always get coffee there, right? Because they have fair trade coffee, and that's fantastic. But as soon as I found out that they were supporting companies, specifically the ACL, I stopped drinking there for a while. But I was saying, you know, let's stop this. This should not be supported. And so I stopped drinking there. And then once they stopped supporting that group, then I was going there again, because I don't want my money going towards something that I'm against, obviously. Like, why would I want that? However, Chick-fil-A, is that how it's pronounced? I thought it was Chicka Filla. I don't even know. Chick-fil-A, I don't think they don't actually give money towards any groups that are against them, but more so they just are about traditional and, you know, conservative stuff. And if I was in America, I wouldn't eat there anyway, because they produce a lot of chicken, and therefore their products are probably, sorry, I'm vegetarian, like they're probably, you know, in battery cages and stuff, and it's just not, I wouldn't eat there anyway. But if it's not actually giving any money towards a group, I wouldn't not, if that makes sense. Like, the view of one person and, you know, their company doesn't necessarily reflect on everyone who works there. Like, it's just, I think it's a very, 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 I think it's, you know, it's a tough topic. But I think my general viewpoint is that if the money isn't directly going to any of these causes that are against LGBTQ, just like general community, then, you know, go there, eat there, drink there, consume their products, buy their products, clothing, whatever it is. Like, you'll find that there are a lot of companies that aren't publicly against homosexuality and, you know, all the LGBT stuff. So you can't be a perfect human being. Like, I was talking about this with my friend the other night, like, who's a vegan, and she was wearing a leather jacket, and I was like, dude, aren't you vegan? Like, why are you wearing a leather jacket? And she said, oh, well, it's secondhand. And I was like, okay, I think I can, I'm confused. Like, I don't get it. Why, I don't understand. Like, why would you want to wear leather when you're a vegan? And she basically just said to me, like, well, it's secondhand, like, you know, it's been through someone else, like, she didn't buy it directly and all this stuff. And, like, personally, I didn't agree with that, like, with her being vegan, that she should be wearing leather. Like, that doesn't really add up. But at the same time, I can see where she's coming from. Like, she didn't directly support the cause. Like, it's just a piece of clothing. Like, it's keeping her warm, etc., etc. So, you know, it's whatever you feel comfortable with. But yeah, as I was saying, my general rule, if there's money going directly towards a cause that's against homosexuality or that hinders the equality process, then I'm totally out. Like, there's no way that I'm going to use their products. But as I said, you don't know about a lot of them. You can't be perfect. Anything that goes against your views, don't hate on yourself. Like, the world is a pretty fucked up place. Not to be a cliche, but it is. So just do your best, okay? All right. So yeah, have a great weekend. I will hopefully see you again soon. All right, cheers, guys. Bye.